Today, we have a special treat for all the horror enthusiasts out there. Get ready because we're about to reveal 50 creepy facts that will send shivers down your spine. So, without wasting any time, let the haunting begin. Number 1. It is common for children to hear strange voices. Even though hearing voices is unsettling, it is surprisingly common among children. Apparently, parents don't need to panic if their kids can hear voices. It affects about 8% of kids, making it as prevalent as asthma or dyslexia. Number 2. Disneyland's famous Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed using real skeletons. When the artificial skeletons were first brought in, the engineers at Disney decided they weren't frightening enough. So, Disney engineers requested assistance from the anatomy department at the University of California, Los Angeles for genuine skeletons in order to provide a more realistic experience to the viewers. Number 3. The Devil's Bible exists, and it's a contract between a monk and Satan. The biggest Latin manuscript in existence is referred to as the Devil's Bible or Codex Gigas. There is a full-page illustration of Satan in it. People think the document contains the agreement of a monk who, in the 13th century, sold his soul to Satan to avoid punishment. Number 4. Decorations made from human bones adorn the interior of the Sedlic ossuary. Perhaps you shouldn't put this Roman Catholic church in your itinerary when visiting the Czech Republic if the thought of human remains terrify you. The Bone Church is an ossuary that houses the remains of almost 40,000 distinct individuals. The arrangement of these bones includes garlands, altars, and even a chandelier. Number 5. People used hollowed human skulls as bowls and cups back in ancient England. People who lived in caves made cups out of human skulls. To make the skulls suitable for use as drinking vessels, they hollowed them down and cut away the surrounding flesh. That's certainly some food for thought. Number 6. The Mutter Museum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania displays preserved internal organs, models, and tools for biomedical study and instruction. According to their banner, the information on exhibit is disturbingly informative. Number 7. The floating specks you see probably aren't dust but dead skin cells. It means that dead skin cells are also present in the air you breathe. In fact, the dead skin cells of other passengers, including yourself, likely make about 15% of what you breathe during a train journey. I guess it is safe to say that no one is a vegan after all. Number 8. Charles II watched William of Orange consummate his marriage. William of Orange's uncle was King Charles. Historiographers claim that he kept an eye on the pair on their wedding night and married his niece to the prince. It's a strange, awful, and eerie fact all rolled into one. Number 9. Mobile phones are 10 times dirtier than a toilet seat. Another reason to stop watching this video, but will you? Number 10. Your coffee mug probably has fecal matter on it. Scientists have determined that 90% of coffee mugs are coated in germs, which makes the kitchen the creepiest place. It is due to the shared dishcloths and sponges kept in the kitchen. Another reason to stop washing vessels on time. Number 11. Dogs like squeaky toys because they mimic the screams of their prey. That's scary enough. Number 12. The Museum of the Souls of Purgatory is a small museum in Rome, Italy, which contains the documents and photographs in their collection feature handprints that they believe are those of the deceased or souls trapped in purgatory. Number 13. Your brain can eat itself during sleep deprivation. Wow, good to know. Number 14. Isla de las Muñecas, or the Island of the Dolls, is one of the most haunted places in the world. Little dolls that are supposedly home to a little girl's soul are perched and nailed into the island's trees. The island's caretaker discovered a girl who had drowned mysteriously. So, the caretaker found a doll floating in the river and used it to satisfy the drowned girl's ghost by hanging it on a tree. The caretaker hung more and more dolls to calm the drowning girl's rage, but this gesture of respect was ineffective as the drowned girl's soul persisted in haunting him. Tourists have even claimed on occasion to have seen the dolls turn their heads and whisper to one another. For any of the horror enthusiasts who wishes to check the fact, the island is in South Mexico. Number 15. 18th century doctors believed that bloodletting was necessary to balance one's health. In the 1800s, doctors would cut into a patient's vein to drain them of a set amount of blood. This is one of many gruesome facts about medicine. They thought that people may store too much blood and needed to release it for their own health. Number 16. Women in the 18th century used lead as makeup. Queen Elizabeth I covered her face with white paint using Venetian ceruse. The pigment that gave the combination its color is white lead, which is also included in this makeup along with vinegar and water. This unsettling truth makes the phrase, "if looks could kill," a reality because lead poisoning and death can result from exposure to the substance. Number 17. During mummification, ancient Egyptians removes the brain through one of the nostrils. This scary process is called exterbration. The ancient Egyptians were known to take out portions of the brain and put them in a jar by inserting an iron hook through the corpse's nostril. Number 18. In the early 20th century, doctors treated hysteria through a pelvic finger massage. In this process, female patients' genitalia were physically massaged until they orgasmed. They referred to this as a hysterical paroxysm, and they thought it may treat various forms of female hysteria. Number 19. There are bodies of over 150 dead hikers on Mount Everest, and they are used as landmarks. Number 20. King Charles VIII drank alcohol mixed with crushed human skulls. The English king's drink, which he referred to as King's Drops, is another creepy detail about him. He included it in his diet because he thought it enhanced health. Number 21. People say a haunted radio station from Russia exists. Nobody knows where UVB-76, a low-frequency radio station that periodically picks up Russian signals while broadcasting white static noises, is located. It gets even creepier when you find out that it's been broadcasting since 1982. Number 22. Microscopic mites live on our eyelashes, and yes, everybody has them. Number 23. Pine trees can grow inside your lungs. I used to say this to my niece as a joke. Look how the tables turn. Number 24. In the 1800s, doctors used the teeth of dead people to make dentures. Dentists had no choice but to use actual teeth to create dentures. Because dentists removed these teeth from battle dead, they were known as Waterloo teeth on these dentures. Number 25. Some ants turn into zombies via parasitic fungus, which manipulates their brains. Number 26. It is said that the children's song Ring Around the Rosie was inspired by the Black Plague, which ravaged Europe in the 14th century. The disease's symptoms and the custom of igniting the dead to stop the spread of illness are both described in the song's lyrics. Number 27. There is an ancient book full of strange symbols no one can translate. The Voynich manuscript is a cryptic, unintelligible manuscript from the 15th century with unusual images. Despite repeated efforts by linguists and cryptographers, the manuscript's intent and meaning have never been fully understood. What if it's nothing and our ancestors just decided to f*** with us for no reason? Number 28. The Hope Diamond, a beautiful 45.52 karat blue diamond, is cursed and would bring bad luck and disaster to anyone owns who wears it. The diamond has a dark reputation because of stories of theft, murder, and financial devastation that have occurred throughout its lengthy and illustrious history. I think this is the diamond Grace wore in Peaky Blinders. Number 29. In 1872, a ship was discovered floating in the ocean with no signs of its crew or passengers. Looks like 1899 was discovered from this. Number 30. A Dennet counselor still attends University College London's meetings. The 18th century philosopher, academic, and one of the UCL's founders, Jeremy Bentham, passed away in 1832. But that didn't stop him from continuing to attend council meetings. His skeleton can now be discovered in UCL's hallways, clothed in his clothing and filled with straw. He was at least once reportedly present for a UCL council meeting in 2013, according to records. Number 31. People used to put cat mummies in their walls. It was traditional in several countries of Europe to insert a dead cat's body into the walls of a new home for good luck. Number 32. Pigs can eat an entire human body, mostly because they'll just eat anything. Next time you think of calling someone a pig, please rethink because they might eat you as well. Number 33. Cockroaches can live without their heads for weeks. They don't need their brains to do most of the work. So if they lose their heads, their nervous systems will keep working and keep the cockroach moving. They also won't die from blood loss as the blood clots at the neck. Sadly, the cockroach will die eventually because of hunger. Number 34. Roughly 250,000 deaths are caused by medical error each year. And you're in love with a doctor. Number 35. There's a 1 in 3 chance police will never identify your killer if you're murdered in the USA. Number 36. If the sun exploded right now, you wouldn't know about it for another 8 minutes. Number 37. Over 80 million bacteria can be exchanged in one kiss. People who are in a long-term relationship are more likely to have the same types of microbiotas present in their mouths. Number 38. When you die, your house cat is going to want to eat you. And if your cat doesn't, Your gut flora might start taking over your body and colonizing your internal organs. Number 39. The average bed has between 100,000 and 10 million dust mites. But don't worry, they just want to eat your dead skin. Number 40. Horned lizards squirt blood from their eyes as a defense mechanism. We surely have found the most terrifying defense mechanism. Number 41. Never say you're being eaten alive by mosquitoes again. That was an actual method of execution. Scaphism was an ancient form of torture and execution where you'd cover someone with honey, stick them in a hollowed log, and let nature run its course. Number 42. Babies grow mustaches in the womb that then spread to cover their entire body in hair called lanugo. The body hair keeps them warm and helps regulate body temperature. Don't worry, a grown bearded baby won't come out of the womb. They shed the hair before birth. Number 43. The pack of fish from South America has human-like teeth. Yeah, stuff of nightmares. Number 44. Until the 20th century, human remains were used in the making of medicine. Number 45. A book written 14 years before the 1912 sinking of the Titanic may have predicted the ship's tragic demise. The novella titled The Wreck of the Titan was about an unsinkable ship hit by an iceberg. The Titan also had a shortage of lifeboats like the real-life Titanic. Number 46. The FBI once estimated that there are about 25 to 50 active serial killers in America at any given time. Another reason to not get into brawls. Number 47. Up until the end of the 1980s, some doctors didn't believe newborns could feel pain. Number 48. A group of crows is called a murder. Who cut these names again? Number 49. Hollywood actress Glenn Close was raised in a cult. And finally, number 50. There are 6 million skeletons stuffed into the tunnels beneath Paris. Just like many other booming cities of the early industrial age, Paris was suffering from problems, specifically death and disease. The promise of life in the big city brought flocks of people rushing in from the countryside. Towards the end of the 18th century, after nature took its course, this situation eventually resulted in overstuffed graveyards and cemeteries. And there you have it, 50 creepy facts that will surely keep you up at night. From unsolved mysteries to haunted dolls and cursed paintings, the world is filled with horrifying tales that continue to intrigue and terrify. Remember to stay curious, but always keep an eye out for the things that go bump in the night. Until next time, sleep tight and don't let the creepy facts bite.